Hey y'all, hey, I hope all is well. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Jaguar's Den. This space is dedicated to anyone on a path of deep healing, intuitive awakening, and overcoming toxic traits or karmic cycles that are damn near impossible to break free from. Now, I'm about to get into a Virgo collective, or Virgo placements monthly energy forecast just to get the week by week energy interferences or something to look out for. All right, for the month of July. So, what is that? Week one has already happened, so this should just be like a refresh, just to let you know if this message resonates. If it does, keep in mind that this is only part two. If you want part one, there is an Earth Signs Goals and Objectives reading, and you'll know what it is because it says Earth Signs and it has a little target emoji. So I have specific reading types and I separate them by the types of emojis. Okay, so just look at my channel to learn about them. But in part one, you will learn about this month's current objective, your talent or skill, what you lack, beneficial influence, the potential promise of progress, and the outcome of the situation if you stay in alignment and follow your intuition. Okay, so yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Week one, you got the Magician in reverse and the King of Pentacles. Virgo, I think that's you, but maybe you're dealing with the Gemini. I mean, either this is the same person, this Magician in reverse, or maybe week one, maybe you were not recognizing your true potential, not utilizing your power and capabilities the way that you should for the sake of stability. Let's see. Can you clarify this Magician reverse, King of Pentacles, as it pertains to relationships? Oh, Lord. Can we talk for a minute? That was at the bottom of your deck. All right, distance travel. You're the peanut butter to my jelly. Look closely, it's within you. So you are moving away from this Magician in the vert. Maybe you're moving away from a manipulative person that uses their abilities for evil. Somebody that you were close to that was real manipulative. And maybe after you left them, you decided to do the work within you to help bring you to a King of Pentacles energy. Distance travel was clarified by wishes coming true. You, peanut butter to my jelly, is anger, argument, conflicts. Look closely, soul mission. So maybe you were conflicted about this individual. Maybe you got weird energy from this individual. This Magician in reverse could be a Gemini. They were gaslighting you. Maybe their actions, or what they said made it seem like y'all are friends, but you would always get like this underlying energy like, that bitch don't fuck with me. That man don't fuck with me. Or I shouldn't fuck with them. Yeah. Can you tell me my confession? Can we talk is at the bottom of the deck? Messages, regret, sadness, guilt. So maybe somebody gave you some messages talking about they were in sadness or regret. Let me shots fired. Keep in mind, what is it? It's funny when it's 4th of July, you don't know whether it's still fireworks or gunshots the next day. Could be both, child. But it says when magician appears reversed, it signifies misuse of power, deception, or untapped potential. I think I said all those things. The tools on the altar, once symbols of mastery, now represent imbalance and lost opportunities. The darkened sky. Ooh, maybe there's a separation with friends. Maybe somebody had a lost opportunity with you now that you're in a King of Pentacles energy. The darkened sky and bat suggests confusion and hidden motives, while the wilting roses hint at fading inspiration and misaligned intentions. So maybe you're losing inspiration. Your intentions were going misrepresented. Let me get back to what I was thinking. So in relationships, this could be romantic illusions, manipulation, lack of trust in relationships. Consider where you may be misdirecting your energy rather than making the most of your gifts. Okay, so this is like if you're into tarot reading, instead of using tarot to heal yourself, you're using tarot just to pick up dirt and gossip about something. Okay, about why somebody don't like you, what the fuck they done did. Okay, well, you can either figure out what they done did it, or figure out what you can do without them. Now this relationships, child. All right, as it pertains to career. Ooh. Spirit, can you clarify this as it pertains to my Virgo collective's career? Sorry about the noise, y'all. All right, so for career, I done messed all my cards up. But anywho, for career, you got karmic cycle, friends. Keep in mind that came up under the magician reverse. Magic, manifestation, messages, gaslighting. So maybe you are. This is for career. So maybe in work you are in a karmic cycle with your coworkers, and you are trying to manifest this King of Pentacles energy. You're trying to manifest better, but maybe whoever it is trying to gaslight you, trying to gaslight the work that you do. Can you tell me more about this magic and manifestation card? Time to celebrate. So you're trying to make some achievements, Virgo. You got goals. Time to celebrate, frozen out in the cold. So you're trying to manifest a new beginning without this person. Maybe trying to bring somebody into sadness or regret or guilt. And that's week 1. So if this in reverse, if I do it that way. So whatever happens in week 1, that will have you and this magician in reverse go into opposite directions. All right, so week 2, damn, you got the devil and the 5 of cups. Considering how this came on top of the magician in reverse, maybe something will happen with this magician in reverse that will have you disappointed in week 2. let's see. Can you clarify this Devil and Five of Cups spirit? Can you clarify this Devil and Five of Cups? It could be that you're obsessed over something. You're obsessed about an ending. You're obsessed about this loss, this breakdown. You know what? It could be this Magician in reverse is obsessed over you now that you want to walk away from them. As pertains to relationships, can you clarify this Devil? Ooh. Know your worth. Can't let go. Confusion, turmoil. Yeah, that's just what I said. So yeah. Got to get the hell out of here. Okay. Oh my gosh. So my dog, if I do not give her dental treat around 7 or 8, she will hound me like Stewie Griffin did Brian when Brian owed Stewie money. Okay. My dog might beat my ass. So let me hurry up and finish this so I can go to the store. But yeah, can you clarify confusion, turmoil, passion, desire, clarity, jealousy? So you now realize that so either your passion and desire for what you do, or maybe your passion and desire for this person, you now realize that they are jealous. They're comparing themselves to you. They are insecure. And maybe when you cut them off, they're like, wait, what? I don't know. Maybe they realize, I don't know. What is this passion, desire, fantasy? Overwhelm, boundaries, retreat. So maybe week 2, be careful because in week 2, you may, this is giving the energy of like you backing down from your goals or dreams because you are overwhelmed. Can you tell me more about this earnest space, overwhelmed, boundaries? Twin flame journey, affair, sneaking around, secret love. So this is sound like, oh damn, I don't know who you're messing with. You're either messing with a Gemini or a Capricorn, Virgo. That you have passion. Ooh, maybe week 2 you realize that the person that you had to break up with was really secretly jealous with you, and so they would cheat on you just so they could humble you. So you would have to stay in these back and forths with them. Whoever it is you have chemistry with could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't know. Major, that was relationship. Minor, that was career. Court card, I've already done both. Okay, that was relationship. Now going into career. Can you clarify this Devil and Five of Cups for career, spirit? Yeah, hopefully you don't keep looking back at this relationship crying over spilt milk, because you do have a relationship that you can pour into. Maybe you need to start pouring into yourself. Start reconnecting with your spirit team, your spirit guides. Let them love on you. Let them show you how you need to love on yourself so you can have that type of love reflected around you. It's so funny. So many people sit up there and pray, 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 and then go and do the same thing, not trying to change anything. When their intuition, it could be sitting there telling them to do something different, and they're just not listening to it. And if you feel anxiety, if you feel that knot in your stomach, and like that's your intuition telling you to do something, but your fears are stopping you. So instead of just ignoring that, or if you keep having negative mental loops about something, you need to look and see what do I need to learn from the situation? Why is this pain not releasing? Because maybe there's a lesson you haven't learned, and that's why I just keep replaying. All right. As it pertains to career, can you clarify this double Five of Cups? Maybe you're just disappointed you still have to deal with this job. Can you clarify double Five of Cups as it pertains to career? Wishes coming true. Lesson learned. Can you tell me more about this wishes coming true? This is giving the energy of like you're dealing with toxicity in the workplace and you learned your lesson from it. What lesson did they learn? Soulmates, past life, true love one come out. Lesson learned was clarified by, okay, originally I said wishes coming true. So, you know what? This could be clarifying for both of them. Honestly, career shift could be your wish come true. And so now you are learning how to, I want to hear, speak up for yourself so you can get the job that you wanted. Maybe you were competing with somebody, or somebody was competing with you in the workplace with this devil, Five of Cups. And you ended up getting the job, you ended up getting the accolades. I don't know, you're the winner, Virgo. And what is this lesson learned? Can you tell me more about this lesson learned? Working on it, planning. Ooh, it's teach. See, it says lesson learned, teacher. Maybe you're the one having to school somebody. Working on it, planning. Anything else with lesson learned? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Divine timing, not yet. Trust the process. So, I don't know. Maybe you working on it with the So maybe you had a falling out with the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo that you learn your lessons with, and you still have to work on it with them. But now is not the right time. Maybe there's still some legalities or karma or divine timing. Well, divine timing is already at place, but things have to fall into place perfectly for justice to come into play, or for justice to give the final verdict. So that's week 2. Week 3. I did not. Okay, maybe 3 did come out. Week 3, you have the 8 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. So, oh my gosh, y'all. So, this is giving week 3, since this career shift, since you stepped up and started doing what, I don't know, since this career shift, this double energy, Magician in reverse energy, just Gemini or Capricorn that you're dealing with at work, they may throw negative energy at you, and put you in this 8 of Swords energy, make you feel like you're in a mental prison. But with the 5 of Loss, you're being asked to cut your losses and move on to calmer things. Can you clarify the Five of Swords? I said Five of Swords, and there is no Five of Swords out here. But Eight of Swords was clarified by... So the Five of Swords in this deck looks like the Eight of Swords, like a person sitting in the Eight of Swords, but there's only four swords around them. So maybe somebody is like retaliating to the Five of Swords energy that you did to try to hold you back and just being bitter because you're better. Ooh, they're bitter because you're better. Can you give me more in this expansion? How about twin flame journey? Shit. Jealousy. Take time to rest and relax. So, week 3, whatever happened in week 2 or this past week, you may have completed a karmic cycle. You may have passed a spiritual test. And so your body may need rest to recover as you move on. With that expansion high vibe twin flame journey, you may have cut some people off, and that may make some people jealous, and you may have to rest. That may make you lethargic, tired, because they're pulling on your energy. So if you have any spiritual protection practices, I suggest do them extra hard. You dealing with somebody that's a chaser trying to seek a validation. So if you continue to stay back from them, it will pay off, because they may come asking for a confession. This could be a masculine energy that wants a happily ever after with you, that is willing to give you a romantic gesture, maybe even try to open a new door to you, okay? Because they miss you and they can't let you go. All right. So that's relationships. Maybe it's going to take some time for that to really happen. As it pertains to career, can you clarify this Eight of Swords, Six of Swords as it pertains to career? Clarity, confusion, and turmoil. So you're going to get clarity about somebody playing with your head, playing mind games with this Eight of Swords. And so then when you leave, it will bring them into confusion and turmoil. Can you give me more clarity, change of perspective, magic manifestation, a full moon moment, know your worth? So you get clarity going into a different direction, which helps you. Okay, so oftentimes when you are dealing with toxicity in a workplace that doesn't end, that just kind of lets you know that this may not be, either there's a lesson you need to learn, or this isn't the workplace for you. And some people stay dealing with drama for years and years just because they do not want to look for better. Can you clarify this confusion and turmoil? Romantic gesture, toxic behavior, soulmates, past life, true love. So somebody, considering how frozen out in the cold, somebody may be mad that you left them and you leveled up without them. And so they may be coming back. Maybe this is somebody that you argued with. Maybe when they come back, they will argue with you. But they were in confusion and turmoil as to how the hell you done leveled up. What the motherfucker? What? Virgo, how you do that? How you do that, Virgo? That's what they want to know. So, yeah. And that's for career. How you just gonna leave me like that, Virgo? Yeah. Virgo, I'm hearing easy. Now, week 4, you have the Fool and the Ten of Pentacles. Major upright minor court reverse. Okay. So you may take a risk in week 4 that will lead you to the Ten of Pentacles. This could be you leaving this family dynamic so you can have a better family dynamic. This could also be you freeing yourself, taking a chance to get out of your head, out of the mental prison, or you finally breaking free out of the mental prison that was holding you back for the sake of the family, or for you to have a 10th. I don't know, maybe you'll be leaving a family dynamic. Can you clarify the Fool, Ten of Pentacles for week 4? Alright, can you clarify the Fool, Ten of Pentacles as it pertains to relationships? Jealousy. I don't even know what was trying to say. Anything else? And blocks and obstacles. So people are going to be jealous of your new beginning and try to cause blocks and obstacles. Can you tell me more about this blocks and obstacles? Maybe people are jealous of your freedom to move about and do what you want to, because they have blocks and obstacles trying to reach the same goals as you when they have way more support than you. Or maybe they're jealous because you are able to overcome blocks and obstacles and you have a better relationship with people, if that's career. Can you tell me more about these blocks or obstacles? Justice wants to come out. Okay, well, you didn't say nothing. So what about this Ten of Pentacles? Time to celebrate, Capricorn towards Virgo. So you don't celebrate. People mad that you celebrating. What are you celebrating? Happily ever after. So you're happy in your family, but that fell in blocks and obstacles. So maybe you overcame blocks and obstacles by leaving a family dynamic and you're celebrating. And people are trying to act like that they don't see you overcoming your blocks and obstacles. Maybe that's why in your head, because people don't want to celebrate you when you overcome hard things, probably because that just makes them feel like a failure by comparing themselves to you, which is why they are jealous. Comparison is out there. And so you probably gonna be ice queen, like, shoot, if you don't fuck with me, just say that. But maybe you just, I don't know. So maybe you're taking it as a negative that they're holding back from you when it's actually a positive, because that just lets you know that you are being successful on a level to where other people can't handle it. And even though you may not have gotten to your goal, other people see it. And so what is it they always say, if you don't have haters, you ain't doing it right. I mean, you rarely see a celebrity that is successful that does not have a hater. Like, you always see somebody saying some hating ass comment under some celebrity's post, no matter how positive or anything they say. Okay, you gonna have some fans, but you gonna have some enemies. It is what it is. You just distance yourself from them. And maybe this is somebody that you're used to being around, and it makes them even more salty. And it's like, do you see how you're treating me now? People be bugging. People really be bugging. Alright, so as it pertains to career, can you clarify this full 10 of Pentacles? Now for career, you're gonna get out of your head and take a risk that's gonna pay off. It will probably allow you to travel, to move, to buy a new vehicle, buy a new home, take care of your pet, help out the family. Maybe bring the family together if you have people living on opposite sides that you're trying to take care of. Okay. Can you clarify the Fool or the Ten of Pentacles? The Fool and Ten of Pentacles as pertains to career. Ooh, I want to kiss you, anger, argument, conflicts. So with this Fool, I want to kiss you. There's some career path that you want to do, but you're hesitant to take. You're going back and forth about the career path you want to take, about whether you should go all in. Now, it could be family dynamics that want to be back with you, but you don't want to go there because they're toxic, and that can cause anger, arguments, or conflict. You tell us about this Ten of Pentacles. Take time to rest and relax. You ain't got time to rest and relax. You got to get this money. Maybe whatever you're doing, you have to continuously hustle to get it. And this is a type of career that you have to put your work in. Like if you're trying to build a channel, build a social media following, you have to put in the work before you actually see the benefits of your labor, which is why some people, they would rather just work a 9 to 5 just to stay alive. That doesn't really help meet their financial goals for the sake of stability. For the sake of stability, when it's like, it's easy to take crumbs when you know that those crumbs are coming consistently. But if you aren't sure about your efforts, if you aren't sure about the plan, if you aren't sure when the goal is going to come, then you may not have faith in it like you should. And so you may not complete it like you supposed to. You may not be all in. Career shift, yeah. So if work was slow, it's going to speed up. If you're waiting for divine timing, let it go. If you're waiting for divine timing, you are the divine timing. You sitting here waiting on God, but you got God inside of you, frozen out in the cold. Wishes coming true. You trying to leave somebody out in the cold. What is this frozen out control and wishes coming true? And days and weeks came in reverse. Well, it's like, I don't know. Anything else with this days and weeks in reverse? Because it looked like it wants to come out. Somebody's falling for you. Maybe you're waiting for somebody to fall for you or fall back in love to you. You were waiting for a friend or somebody to come back. And that's not going to take much longer. Like, that's going to happen that week. You're sitting there waiting for something that's going to happen. Something you're waiting on is going to come in sooner than you expected. Okay. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Grind, grind, grind. Okay. I think there's an overarching energy of like having to let go of toxic people so you can reach a new level of financial abundance. All right, so week 5 for July, you have the Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, So maybe this is dealing with somebody from the previous week. So make sure you keep that same momentum for week 4 with your career. Now, if you have a job where you have to, this is giving me somebody has a job where they have to either hire or fire people accordingly, or you have to give clearance to people. So, Nine of Swords is like you going in, or somebody, or you like communicating with somebody or working with somebody. And with this Ace of Wands, you're trying to see if they are eligible for something, if they can work for something. Like somebody's looking to you for an opportunity. This is giving me like at work when I have coaching patients and they try to lie to me just so they can stay on the weight loss medication. And so maybe intuitively you have to pick up and pinpoint that just to say, yes, no, you're not eligible. Now, as it pertains to relationships, can you clarify these 3 cards for week 5 of July? Okay. Yeah, lesson learned, frozen out in the cold, feminine energy. Lesson learned. So you're going to realize somebody that thought they learned the lesson, somebody that was doing the work, wasn't doing the work. Frozen out in this cold, putting somebody in a karmic. So you're freezing somebody out of a karmic cycle. New doors are opening for feminine energy. Can you tell me more about this new doors opening? Where did that go? Jesus. Hold on. Okay, so for feminine energy, the new doors are opening is going to be celebration and dating. So you're going to be connecting with people. You're going to be having chemistry with them. Things are going to work out. You're going to end this frozen cycle. You're going to end this karmic cycle. There's a Knight of Wands energy that's probably half-assing. It says expect changes in fall. What is this? Fake illusions. And my Virgos learned a lesson from. So many questions. So you're going to realize that some people may be asking questions just to seem like they're interested, but they're not really doing the work. Okay? And they're just sitting here trying to make it seem like a romantic gesture to take off the fact or to distract you from the fact that they're not doing the work. Okay? So be careful. People are going to be very charismatic, trying to rush in to get you to do most of the work so it doesn't seem like that they're doing anything. All right, so as it pertains to career, now it could also be somebody rushing in to ask questions about how you were able to break through fake illusions and how to get out of karmic cycles so they can do the same for themselves. But keep in mind, that could be fake illusions. It could be somebody, I don't know, just trying to take your guard down. As this pertains to career, can you clarify? Major, that was for career. Minor, that was for relationship. That was for both. Okay, that was for relationships. As it pertains to career. For career expansion, high vibe, blocks and obstacles. Blocked. Okay, so at the end of July, final week, you may try to elevate, but you'll find blocks and obstacles. You'll end up being blocked by this individual as they go and travel or as they move away. Or you may block them as you move away. So after some work, you may follow your intuition, look deep within, and realize there is somebody sabotaging you with this threes of crowd. So it may take some time, but you will be able to manifest a new direction, and changes can happen so that you can be in this happily ever after work environment. And then people will start seeking you for attachment and validation, or trying to seek you for honest work. Could also be, now that you're doing better in work, there is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that will be chasing you for validation. It could also be you doing the work is helping you put a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius on their soul mission, okay? Or it could be them seeing you on your soul mission is leaving them heartbroken and in regret. All right. So that's the final week in July. Please take it as it resonates. This is general readings. Keep in mind, I do coaching to help people get through the blocks and obstacles and manage the toxic environment so they can stay aligned for their good instead of keep going through these karmic cycles. If you need help, there's links in the description box. All right. So that's it on that. Energies, I see Capricorn, Gemini. I see you out here in Virgo. Let's see, Scorpio energy, Aquarius energy, and more Virgo and Aquarius. So heavy on the Aquarius, Gemini, Virgo energy. Oh. All right, Spirit. What shadow aspects will my Virgos have to address during the month of July in order to reach their goals? Oof. So keep in mind your shadow holds the power, and you're also going to have to heal your need to be right and your feelings with being triggered. Okay. So with whatever you're dealing with at work, maybe you're trying to learn how to deal with toxic people, and maybe, I don't know, can you clarify this need to be right? Because I don't know if it's you always have to go tit for tat with people, or you quickly try to, or you're the type of Virgo that's just like, okay, I'm gonna let them believe what they want to believe, but Spirit is telling you that you need to work on standing up for yourself. So let's see, Spirit, can you clarify this need to be right for what they need to heal? What's good, man? Hold on, y'all. Okay, child. Can you clarify the need to be right? I let my dog walk out the front one time, and now that's the only way she wants to go. Hold on. Sorry about that. But clarify this need to be right. Six of Wands. Okay, Virgo, please be aware that you don't always have to be the successful one. You don't always have to be the victor. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's best off just focusing on yourself. You want to be like the best person. You want to have all the answers. You want to be the one in control. You don't want to be afraid of losing. So be careful about that. Check your ego, okay? Keep in mind your shadow holds the power. Be sure to integrate your shadow. I do have a shadow work ebook that can help you learn how to do shadow work and just ask questions. Yeah, so if somebody tries to come take you to be wrong, try not to be overly obsessed with trying to prove people wrong, trying to make people out to be something, because we are human beings, so we all have imperfections, we all have flaws. So try not to hold things against them. Some people get things wrong, okay? Some people get things wrong. All right. And be careful when it comes to being triggered. Honestly, when you're triggered, that just lets you know that there are things that need to heal within yourself. So when you're triggered, recognize the pain in your body, how you instantly react. So that can give you insight on the unconscious loops that can replay because of the trauma or triggers that you're not addressing. Keep in mind, I do coaching for that to help people break through their triggers. All right, so let's see. Final messages for my Virgo placements. Final messages for my Virgo placements. Anything else? Anything else? Okay. So beginnings and renewal is at the bottom of the deck with spring. So maybe whatever it is you're working on, the fruits of your labor will happen in spring. And I think this is either your reading or in Taurus reading, where I was getting like the career shift and you being like the bear. And so, I hope not. Maybe you have Taurus in your chart. I don't know, child. But you having to save your funds and do what you need to do. No, that's Taurus. I lied. Never mind. Disregard. But maybe since I'm saying it, that has to apply to you too. So maybe you have to prepare for something to arrive in spring. And considering how I said that, introspection and rebirth, stability and support, learning and growth. So maybe you do need to prepare for something in the spring. Introspection and rebirth, winter solstice. So yeah, something in the winter is going to happen in spring. The winter solstice marks the time of introspection and rebirth. That is also when bears hibernate. So I think that did. Maybe you need to go check out that Taurus reading. As the longest night begins to fade, embrace the opportunity to shed old patterns and prepare for new beginnings. This is a time of transformation where the seeds of renewal are planted for the journey ahead. And so you are digging your roots in with stability and support right behind it. You need to find your inner stability. Ground yourself and feel the earth's support and peace. Take a moment to focus on what makes you feel safe and reconnect with your sense of trust. So, something about healing your nervous system, maybe overcoming burnout, recognizing that whatever you went through in the past is over so you can finally heal. And then you have learning and growth that came out last. Wisdom comes from experience and learning. Today, take a moment to reflect on past experiences and learn from them. Every challenge and every failure is a stepping stone to wisdom. Keep learning and growing. So don't just brush off old instances if they come flashing back. Try to do some shadow work. Like, I wonder why that is coming up. I wonder why I handled that situation that way. What did I learn from that situation? How can I improve on myself so that situation won't happen again? Okay, these are the type of questions you need to ask yourself. And so just be like, yeah, it was fucked up. That happened. That was some fucked up shit that happened. Okay. Now beginnings and renewal. Spring invites new beginnings and a sense of renewal. It's a time to plant seeds, whether for your personal journey, your goals, or new ideas, and nurture them as they begin to grow. Okay. So, Virgo, this has been your monthly energy forecast. I hope this helps. If you like the way that I read, do not hesitate to like, comment, drop a Jaguar in the comments, okay, or subscribe if you want me to pick up on your energy. Like I said before, this is only part 2 of your reading. If you want to get idea of your current objective, your talent or skill, what you lack, the promise of progress, the potential, and the outcome of the month, if you stay in alignment, you can check the link in the description box for part 1. Okay. And keep in mind, yes, as I said before, there is coaching available. I have a really good sale going on for my summer coaching specials. Only time this person's gonna be here, okay? So yeah, I hope this helps. And until next time, happy healing.